This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2023 Salem Platinum travel trailer. And the model number is 32RET. Okay. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work here. So you have newer style quick drop stabilizer jacks. You still crank them with a 3/4 inch crank. They just drop into place. So basically, until it feels resistance, you don't have to really crank it. It just drops. So it just saves you a lot of cranking. You only have to crank once you start to get resistance, like once they touch the ground, for example. So, okay. So that's those are quick drop stabilizers. You also have a power awning on your slide room. Power awning with an LED, and then you have a power awning with the LED right on the side of the trailer also. Okay. Outside speakers, of course. TV signal out plus power right there. Okay. As we come around, you have a deep cycle marine battery, 2 LP tanks, and a power tongue jack. Okay, this power tongue jack, if it ever fails, you can pull this plug right out of the top here. You can use a socket to crank it manually. Let's see what we have here. Yes, and they also give you a crank right here. See the silver crank is smaller. That's for the power tongue jack if it fails. And then of course your larger one is for the stabilizers. Okay. This is the kill switch for the battery right here. The battery's on obviously like it normally would be. But if you need to disconnect it from the trailer, shut it down, you can just turn it to the off position. Okay, so this has a solar panel, and this is your solar controller right now. Let's see here. I don't know if, let me look real quickly here. See what we're dealing with. Yeah, so you have a battery there. Let me see. Just give me 1 second here. So what I'm doing now is I'm setting the battery to its correct. It's a wet battery, a deep cycle marine battery. So I'm switching it to that, which you do when you set it up. So if you're going to be using a lithium battery in there, you'd have to change this. You can read the manual to find out the manual on this controller here, but it can't detect what type of battery it is on its own. You have to tell it. So keep that in mind. Okay. Right now it's showing us we're charged up. And you go through it 13.7 or 13.8 volts DC, and then you can just keep going through it. Amp gain from the sun, amp hours in storage. So it gives you 3 readouts. It tells you pretty much everything you need to know about the solar panel, okay? Alrighty. As we move on, it's a 50 amp system, so you have a 50 amp shore cord. You have a water heater right here. Now this water heater works on both gas and electric, so keep in mind there's a electric heating element behind this cover here, and there's a switch right here for it. Right now it's off because this water heater is drained. As you can see, the plug's out, so it's drained, empty, and the valves on the back are bypassed because this trailer is winterized right now. So the bottom line is never run the heating element or the gas burner without water in the tank. So you want to make sure you have water in the water heater tank before you turn it on. So you keep this off till you fill the tank up and you're ready to camp. There'll be a switch for the gas inside. I'll show you where that is when we get in there, and I'll show you how to light the gas burner also. But make sure you put gas or put water in there before you turn it on. Okay. Sorry about my camera work here. I know I'm all over the place. Focus here. I can just do it. I'll do it. There we go. Okay. That's just the vent for your furnace. You have your dump valves all here. 2 gray tanks, black tank. Okay. This is your city water hookup here. Okay. And then the other one next to it is your black tank flush. So the most common way to get water to the trailer, obviously, is a city water hookup. You just put the hose on there and you're all set. to flush it, like it states on the sticker here, you put the hose on there, but always make sure your black tank valve is open before you turn the water on to flush the tank out. If you don't, it can build up too much pressure and cause you problems, so just always remember to open the flush valve before you turn the water on if you're flushing your black tank, okay? Pretty simple stuff. We give you a reducer with this 30 amp or with this 50 amp cord to reduce it down to a 30, so you can plug into 30 amp service, and we even give you another one to go down to a 20, so you can pack up the trailer at home and that sort of thing, okay? This is the fill for your fresh water tank. Now, I told you the most common way to get water to the trailer was the city water hookup, which it is. But if you're camping someplace without city water, you can pre-fill this tank right here, and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. All the plumbing will work as though you have city water. You'll just be pumping it out of the tank. So that's plan B when it comes to water, okay? You also are pre-wired for a backup camera kit. That's a Furrion backup camera kit. You also got a pre-hookup for a Lippert telescoping ladder, which would fit right there. The good thing about the ladder is it will make it easy to inspect the roof. The manufacturer states every 90 days you should inspect the roof. Make sure there's no damage to it caused by low branches or road debris, or no cracking or separation at the sealant where water could get through, anything like that. So remember to part of your regular maintenance should be inspecting your roof every 90 days. Okay. When we first come in the door, we see this here. This is your power converter right here. This converts AC to DC power. So you see on this side right here, you got regular 110, 120 AC circuit breakers, right? And they're all labeled. You can see the labeling below it. That's when you're plugged into shore power. You have 120 AC there. And then it's converted on the other side, on the right side, to 12 volt DC. You can see the 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled. So it takes your AC and then converts it to 12 volt DC. Then it's also a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy on how much energy your battery on the tongue has and needs. And as long as you're plugged into shore power, it's gonna keep your battery charged up also. Of course, when you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle will charge your battery, and then the solar panel is going to be charging the battery as it can, depending on the conditions outside. Okay? Alrighty. Let me close this up so we don't step on it accidentally. Alright, so this is your control panel here. You have a dimmer here, of course. Okay. Slide room here. Okay. Slide room here. Your water pump. We talked about the water pump. You can pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. That water pump's also used to winterize the trailer. To light your water heater on gas is done here. There's the fault light up there. That's how you light it on gas. Remember I showed you that to turn on the electric heating element, there's a switch outside in the lower left hand corner. Keep that in mind also. And then you check your levels here. Fresh water, battery charged, gray, black, so on, so forth. It graduates up in 1/3 increments. Okay, so here we have this one here is, let me get this straight here before I go much farther. Okay, so one of these, let me see what this is here. Okay, right. All right. So this is the slide out, right? This is your awning on the side of this, the door side of the trailer, right? This is the awning on your slide room right here. So you can extend it. If you can see it go out, you can see the arms going out there. So that's how you extend that one. It's right here. And there's also another slide room button for the other slide room. And here we have this slide room right here, your bedroom slide. The switch is right here. Okay? Alright. That makes more sense. So, this is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector right here. It should always be green like it is. If it's not green, get it serviced. It's obviously very important, so never ignore it. If it's not working, get it fixed immediately. Your thermostat is simple. You just hit the mode button and you keep hitting it till you find the mode you want. It's that simple. Refrigerator is a 12 volt DC refrigerator, so it runs on 12 volts. I don't know if he's got the gas turned on, so if it doesn't light, I'll just talk you through it because I didn't prep this. He may have it off still. We'll see. But this is the sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark. You have the 3 burner knobs here for the 3 burners, and then of course the oven. So let me see. Yeah, so it's that simple. So yeah, that's that one. When it comes to down here, there's a pilot light for the oven back there. You can see, let me see if I can spark it for you. I don't know if you can see that or not, but anyway, you'll turn this on to the picture of the pilot light. Then you're going to depress it and keep it depressed while you're lighting it. You'll light it down here. Once it lights, you're still holding this in, depressed. After it's light, you still keep it depressed for another 15 or 20 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Once you do that, you can go to operating temperature, and the oven will cycle as an oven does. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Of course, you have oven light and ambient light there too. So you have to light the oven each time you use it. Always travel with these closed. Never close it when the burners are hot. Okay, this is your range hood vent here. Got a fan and a light. Microwave works like any other microwave. This is your stuff here. Literature and paperwork for the trailer. Here we have your fireplace, and there's a remote for your fireplace. Okay. So let me show you. You can operate it from here. So if you look here, you can see it says 0 there. That's the fan. The fan is off. Push it again. The fan's on low. I can feel the heat coming out. Hit it again. It's on high now. It's really kicking out the heat. So it's a really good space heater. Let's see what else we can get going here. You also have the a timer also. There we go. That's what the other one is. So you have a timer, so you can set it to turn on or turn off when you want. Okay. The second remote you have here is for your sound bar here. So this plays FM radio, no AM. FM radio has a USB drive, so you can take all your MP3s with you and play them. HDMI in here, so once you got a TV up here, you could, and you want to, let's say you had a portable Blu-ray player, for example, you could go right into the system really easily right there. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream from your phone to your tablet. 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. So it does everything you need and then some. So you have recliners here. Okay. Your water pump and the hose to draw your antifreeze into the system when you're winterizing is behind this panel here. There's 2 number 2 square-headed screws, or 4 of them actually, that hold it in. So that's where you access that. You have a jackknife sofa here, so jackknifes into a bed here. The tabletop will drop down onto these cleats here, right? And turn this into a bed. So you got two places to sleep out here. Okay. This is just telling us it's pre-wired for public Wi-Fi. If you're interested, the public Wi-Fi would consist of a router inside the trailer and a Wi-Fi antenna on the roof. If you're interested, it's pre-wired for that. You can just go to this website and look at their products. It just gives your family really good, much better public Wi-Fi because of the antenna basically in the booster. That's just another pre-wire. Okay. So, sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. This is a GFCI here. All the plugs in the trailer, even the one outside, they look like regular duplex plugs, but they're still wired through a GFCI. So every receptacle is wired through a GFCI, even if it's not physically a GFCI. So if you lose power in one of the plugs, always think GFCI first, okay? Alrighty. The toilet itself Yeah, you have a flush pedal right here, of course, and you can't use it dry, so therefore, when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water, of course. Then you come in here, you drop a dose of chemical right in the bowl, and then you step on the flush pedal and hold it down and put at least a gallon of water in the tank below along with the flush pedal. You can use more, just don't use less. Most people use more, but you can't use it dry. If you don't put the chemical in the water in there, it'll get all clogged up, it'll smell bad, it'll just be a real mess. So you always want to use a dose of chemical and at least a gallon of water when you're starting off, okay? Alrighty. As we move forward, it's a large bedroom. Okay, this is a 50 amp system, so this is pre-wired for a second air conditioner that would go here, okay, just so you know it's an option. Second air conditioner in here. It's a very simple install. We do it all the time if you're interested. You're also prepped for a washer dryer combo and a washer dryer stackable, either one. You got the plumbing and the power and everything already in here, okay? Otherwise you can use it as a closet, of course. Always when it comes to these sliding doors, any sliding door should always be latched when you're traveling. So you latch it like that, otherwise they're going to bang around and you're going to cause yourself trouble. You have storage underneath the bed as usual. TV hookups here. There's a backing plate here for a TV bracket so you can watch it when you're laying down. This should be on when you're using the antenna. That's telling you that the digital antenna is turned on, and that's what you want. This button, you can turn it off, but you always want it on. Okay, alrighty. Let's see what else. Let me look around. Okay. I think that about covers it. I'm looking around here. You do have straps for the chairs to keep them in place. Always when you're pulling the slide room in and out, make sure the chair is... The reason you want to strap these back towards the rear wall is so they don't creep forward, and when you're trying to send the slide out, for example, you can't really see this chair. You don't want to get it trapped behind the fascia here. So always make sure that it's free and clear, okay? Okay? Alrighty. Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer at National RV Detroit. Your keys are right here. Remember I mentioned or stated that the manufacturer states that you should inspect the roof every 90 days or so, so make sure you take care of that. People generally don't inspect the roof enough, so make sure you take care of it. And right now this is winterized, so there's antifreeze in the system, no water. The water heater is bypassed and is empty right now, so make sure you fill it and put the valves in the correct position before you turn on the water heater, okay? Thank you very much.